Hello, I'm Yvonne DeSellis coming to tell you about the BlendJet. This is the BlendJet 2, and I just want to show you this in action. I just got this yesterday. I had one before, but unfortunately it broke, and I had to contact them. I thought this one was broken too because I got it out of the box, and when I pressed this, it flashed purple 3 times, and I couldn't get it to work to save my life. So I contacted BlendJet and I asked them why it was doing that, and they got back to me and said your BlendJet might be locked. In order to lock your BlendJet, press and hold down the button until it turns blue. When it turns blue, it means it's unlocked. That's how you lock it or unlock it. So now it's working, so I wanted to show you this thing in action. Before I do though, just one thing no one ever mentions when they do this. They don't talk about the gaskets. I don't know if you can see this, but this white thing that's in here, this has to be removed so that you can clean anything that gets trapped underneath it. And there's also a gasket in here, so this whole glass part screws off. I don't know if that's really glass or plastic, but this part screws off. And there's a gasket down here that also needs to be taken out so that you can clean the underside. But just be careful when you're cleaning that that the water doesn't get into this section. This is where you plug in to charge this. But I'm going to just show you this in action. So let me just put this here for just one moment so I can get some coffee. I'm just going to make some iced coffee, so I just want you to see this in action. So I'm going to get some coffee, if I can find it. Which I'm having, oh, here it is, coffee and some cream, and I'm also going to add some ice. They say to add the liquid first, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to just put this on the seat. Also, one other thing you may not know, on the BlendJet 2, I think on the one they didn't have this, but the BlendJet 2, sorry, my screen's darkening, it has measures here, so you don't need a measuring cup for this, which is really nice. So I'm going to pour myself about 9 ounces of coffee. I'm going to do that first. Put in some sweetener and pour in some coffee. Like I said, about 9 ounces. And now I'm going to put in a little bit of cream. So I'm doing that next. Sorry that I'm walking back and forth here, but I just want you guys to see this. So I'm just going to add a little bit of cream. Just a little. And now I'm going to add some ice. So I'm just going to add, I want this to be like a nice chunky smoothie, chunky, aka chunky with ice cubes. So I'm just going to add a bunch of ice. That's one of the other nice things about this. Since my other BlendJet wasn't working, I had to use a regular blender, and nothing works quite like the BlendJet. I really wish I could have used my blender to make these, but I have to admit, even though my blender has an ice chop feature, it does not hold a candle to this thing. So now I'm just going to show you this in action. I just added some ice and some coffee and some cream, so now I'm going to screw the lid on. You want to screw the lid on tight. Oops, and not have it fall like that. So you need to make sure the lid is screwed on very tight. And also, you probably can't see this, but there's an arrow here and there's an arrow on the bottom. In theory, the arrows are supposed to line up, and again, I don't know if you can see it, but they finally sort of do. And again, with the coffee, I don't think that the arrow is showing, but they're supposed to kind of line up. They never do for me. They sometimes go a little bit past the arrow, but it's usually close. So now I'm going to press the button and let this go. I love BlendJet. If you do get BlendJet, I hope you love it too. I really do like them, and their customer service has been really great. So now this is done, and then all I have to do now is unscrew the lid. The other nice thing about BlendJet is you can drink right out of it. And that's good. I think I might add a little bit more ice, but that's really, really good. It's all very well blended. I can even put a straw in this and mix it around. And also, just one more note about this, the stop feature. Again, you want to press and hold this down until this goes blue. The nice thing about locking this, particularly if you're drinking something or if you're moving this somewhere, is you don't have to worry about the blades going on their own, because if someone presses this when the lock is on, it'll just flash at them 3 times to let them know that it's locked. So that's my BlendJet. I love it, and if you get one, I hope you love it too. Thanks so much for listening to me babble. I'm going to drink my coffee now. Cheers.